This episode is sponsored by Honkai Impact 3rd. Download the game with the link in the description and fight with these beautiful and powerful Valkyries to save the world. Vicious Circle. A sequence of reciprocal cause and effect in which two or more elements intensify and aggravate each other, leading inexorably to a worsening of the situation. For a little while, cannabis oil really helped F dealing with his disease. But it was before he suffered his first episode of pain since using the oil. This episode was way more intense and lasted much longer than every episode he ever had before. At first, he didn't make the connection. He was just like, I felt better using this oil, and now I feel really bad. So let's use more oil. And the next episode would be even more overwhelming. So in reaction to that, he used even more oil. And it got worse and worse, to the point that he just couldn't deal with the side effects anymore. Plus, one time, he consumed so much of this liquid, he was completely He tried to start his motorcycle without house keys and then drove down the roads of Ivry totally stoned. That's about when we told him he'd had to stop. And he agreed. During the 2015-16 school year, F had to retake most of his classes, as his disease made him fail a lot of exams. And I left our apartment, as I was about to start an internship in Paris. So I was no longer roommates with F, but we were still texting each other from time to time. To make it short, for 2 years, F really went through hell. Among the long list of problems he's had, here's a few examples. Every time his mom closed the dishwasher too hard, he thought somebody was breaking into his house by the window. He was scared in the dark, and the ache would often keep him from sleeping at night. Sometimes his heartbeat could increase to such an insane pace. 2 times, he even almost had a cardiac arrest. He then finally decided to go see doctors again. But once more, none of them could help him. One Lyme specialist even said that everything happening to him was because he wasn't reacting well to the antibiotic therapy, and therefore it meant there were no infection anymore. But as much as he wanted to trust his doctor, he could feel something was wrong. And by September 2017, he was at his worst. What I admire about this dude is that despite all of that, some way, somehow, he got his degree 1 year after me. I don't know how he did that, but respect. From that moment on, I started noticing some change in him. The first light of hope in years. It seemed like getting that degree really took a chip off his shoulder, and he was relieved of a huge amount of pressure. He started to mentally feel better. And in January 2018, he took the best New Year's resolution of his life. He came to the conclusion that, with his condition, he clearly couldn't work for a company as an engineer, not even part-time. And in order to break that circle of stress, he decided to give himself a year, completely dedicated to treating his disease, and see what happens. He started to pay extreme attention to what he eats. No sugar, no processed foods, no alcohol. He tried to work out every day, adding yoga and meditation, and bought a lot of books about Lyme. One book that really helped, according to him, was Healing Lyme. Disclaimer! Again, I'm no doctor. If you have Lyme, I'm not saying that this book or another one will cure you. I'm just saying it worked specifically for him. Since April 2018, so it's been 3 years, he slowly but surely climbed back the curve and feels much better. He rarely has episodes now, he's capable of focusing more, and can even work a little. He's giving some math and physics lessons to kids in his neighborhood, and feels like he's closer than ever to a complete heal. When I asked him questions about Lyme in the process of making this video, what he explained to me is, If you got bitten by a tick and see this stuff, get treated fast. Then you should be okay. But if unfortunately the bacteria have been hiding in your body for years, a lot of stuff can happen, as Lyme doesn't express itself the same from one person to another. Some people have Lyme and never present any symptoms. Others have symptoms, go see the doctor, and get cured easily with antibiotics. Some people even use weed oil, are capable of dealing with the side effects, and can feel better over time. For F, what worked best was essentially herbs from Chinese medicine. You always have to stay patient, curious, and most importantly, positive, which is really hard to do with infection diseases. But no matter what works for you, always go see your doctor first. Okay, this was the worst transition ever. Here it is. It's the end of the story. I hope you guys liked it, or at least learned some stuff. And see you next time for something more joyful. Peace. Thanks to Honkai Impact 3rd for helping me bring this story to life. Honkai Impact 3rd is set in a modern world corrupted by a mysterious energy called Honkai. Lead a fledgling resistance with brave Valkyries carrying anti-Honkai genome against the spreading Honkai disaster to protect all that's beautiful in the world. This August, Kiana grasps her great sword and breaks away from her former self and past confusion to become the Herrscher of Flameshawn. Witness the growth of Kiana and help her become the strongest Valkyrie of the year. Download and enjoy the game now.